call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Here.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here, we have a quorum. We, at every meeting, we have two opportunities for public comment, one in just a few moments and then one before we adjourn. You're welcome to make any comments that you'd like relating to county government matters. You're welcome to do that both times, one of the two times, or if you're just here to listen, that's equally fine. But we would ask that if you could try to limit your time to about 5 minutes, we'd appreciate that courtesy. We always, and incidentally, did everybody get an agenda? I think you have some over there if anybody needs a copy of the agenda. We always set aside time for any of our row officers who might have anything to report, but today none of our row officers are in attendance. So that does take us to public comment. If you do have a comment or concern, we'll recognize you, and if you want to state your name for the record, then we'll be glad to hear what you might have to say. Any public comments? Hearing none. Okay, we'll do this before we adjourn as well. So thank you, everyone. Under fiscal and contractual, we have three warrant registers, which are also known as check reconciliation registers, that are provided to us by the county controller's office. They are a listing of all the checks that have been cut, and the dates of these documents are August 12, 14, and 15. They're here if anybody wishes to see them, and I'll give my two colleagues whatever time they might need to look them over. And then, gentlemen, whenever you're ready, I could take a motion for us to accept them. But please take your time. I move we accept the warrant documents. Thank you, Mr. Sonata.
I'll second.
Thank you also, Mr. Kennedy. Gentlemen, any questions regarding the warrant registers? If not, we have a motion to accept them. It's been seconded. We'll do a quick roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Also, we have the minutes of our last week's meeting of August 13. They're in our packet. Gentlemen, take whatever time you need to look them over. And again, I could take a motion for us to adopt the minutes.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you both, gentlemen. Any questions or concerns regarding the minutes? Hearing none, we'll do a quick roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. We have received a couple documents in the mail that we need to enter into the record since our last meeting. The first is from Frank B. Taylor Engineering, dated July 29. It reads as follows, at least in part. As the consulting engineer for Hickory Township, we wish to inform you of the township's intent to submit an application to the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection to obtain a general permit, BWEWGP11, which is a permit dealing with maintenance, testing, repair, rehabilitation, or maintenance of water obstructions and encroachments for the following project. It is Devil's Elbow Road, which is a township-maintained road. It's a culvert replacement in Hickory Township. The last time I drove out there, I think that road is closed at the moment. Does that sound right? Devil's Elbow Road is closed. Hopefully this will remedy that. That's our first letter that we've received. The second document, and in my packet, I have two of these. Did you gentlemen each get one from PennDOT? Is there a letter from PennDOT in your packet?
Yes.
Okay, I ended up with two somehow. That's all right. The letter from PennDOT please bear with me a minute. Actually, you know what I didn't get? I think I got two of the ones for Croton Avenue in the city of, Route 108 in the city of Newcastle. But I don't have the one for,
Taylor Town.
no, actually, I guess I do have it. I guess this might be an error on the agenda where it says number 2, intent to submit application to DEP for stormwater outfall. Am I reading that should say City of Newcastle instead of Neshannock Township?
Like says city.
Well, no, I'm talking about,
It says the
On
Shannon
the
Creek,
agenda.
and the City of Newcastle.
yeah, that's where the confusion is. So
It should say
on your printed agenda down at the bottom, instead of where it says Neshannock Township in parentheses, that should say City of Newcastle. So the letter was submitted to us dated August 7. It is from PennDOT. And they note that PennDOT is planning to construct a new stormwater outfall for State Route 108, which is Croton Avenue. The outfall would lead to the Neshannock Creek in the city of Newcastle. Constructing a new stormwater outfall and additional to improve the drainage along State Route 108. This work is being completed along with the asphalt paving work along 108. And it's signed by Douglas Seeley, Assistant District Executive of the Design Division of PennDOT's Bridgeville office. So those are the two pieces of correspondence that we've received. And gentlemen, could I have a motion for us to accept them?
I accept, I move we accept the correspondence.
Thank you, Mr. Sanada. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dan. Gentlemen, any comments or concerns about these two documents? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Commissioner reports and comments. We always set aside time for us to talk about anything we'd like to bring up or discuss that maybe has happened in the last week or will be happening in the upcoming week. I just have a couple quick things. I'll note, and then I'm only going to mention it, and then maybe Chris and Dan can elaborate. But yesterday, the three of us had the opportunity to go down to the borough of Elwood City for the grand opening of the Dunkin' Donuts on 5th Street and Spring Avenue. So it was a very nice event, but again, I'll let Dan and Chris talk more about that if they so desire. Two other things. We didn't get this in time for the announcements. It looks like we're going to be having a special election board meeting on Thursday of this week. And is that at 1 or 1:30?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. And we'll do the appropriate legal ad. The purpose is we've been approached by our elections director that he's recommending that we move a polling place in Hickory Township, taking it from an existing polling place that's a church to another church that is more suitable particularly for handicap entrance and exit. But he'll elaborate more on that at our special meeting of the election board on Thursday of this week. It would be the 22nd. And that will be open to the public if anybody wishes to attend. The final thing I have, and I brought a copy, I was hoping the Newcastle News would be here. We were notified by members of the Slippery Rock Presbyterian Church, which is actually located in Wayne Township, that they will be celebrating 225 years as a church. And the celebration will be taking place on August 25. And, if you go back that far, Lawrence County obviously didn't exist then. That would have been, at that point, I'm guessing, part of Beaver County. But they do have a celebration day planned on the 25th, worship service, a luncheon, time to share memories, and then they're going to have a jazz band concert from 2:30 to 4 If the weather permits, they're going to have that outside. If you don't know where that church is, if you go down Route 65, the Elwood Road, and you get down to the bottom of Mile Hill, you make a right on Old Pittsburgh Road, and the church sits up on a hillside, and there's a cemetery that surrounds it. In fact, my parents and my sister are buried in that cemetery. But the church has a wonderful history, and we did a proclamation congratulating them, and we'll do that here publicly. We'll wish them another successful 225 years. So that's all I have this morning, and let's see, Commissioner Sanada, you're next on the list.
Sure, Chairman Vogler. It was actually a pretty busy week, I think, for all of us. After the meeting we had last week, I had an opportunity to represent the county at the Ag Progress Days out at Penn State. That's something that's been going on, I think, maybe a long time. And you had legislators, you had the lieutenant governor, you had county commissioners from all of the states who were there in attendance, promote the agricultural industry, and I think there was over 600 at the luncheon. So I had a chance to do that. I've done that in the past, and it was good to see a lot of some of my former colleagues and friends, and had a chance to talk to Secretary of Agriculture already, a gentleman, and I know he's made many trips to Lawrence County. Thank them for that. So I thought that was very worthwhile to do that. And, listen to what they have planned for our agricultural industry, which is the #1 industry in the state. A lot of people don't realize that. Tourism's too, ag is #1. And they don't have it easy. So that was a major thing to do last week. And I had the opportunity also to attend a meeting on Thursday up in Titusville, dealing with broadband with the Northwest, which I'm now serving on the board there. So I thought that went well. And as also, we had an opportunity kicked off last week with the ribbon cutting out at the Lawrence County Fair. And I have to say this, I'm so happy for the fair because this was probably one of the nicest weeks I can remember in history, where there was really not a lot of rain, maybe a little bit on Saturday, large crowds, kids were enjoying themselves. And, it was just a good feel. I was out there a few nights and I got a chance to see a lot of people, but the weather was, I kept to say, was perfect for it. The old joke used to be for the Lawrence County Fair, there could be a drought, but during the fair, we wouldn't have rain. So I was just happy for the fair. They do such a good job out there, and that was a major event. And we had activity in Elwood City as far as Wander Wednesday, their monthly big community organization. I had a chance just to stop down there when I got back from Penn State briefly. And we have the library down there, the wine walk, all aboard Elwood. They're moving forward with their project down in Elwood City. So there's a lot of activity going on at the lower end of the county. I know we got that chance to go to the Dunkin' Donuts yesterday, got a chance to visit with some of the council people in Mayor Court. And it's a good feel down there. I think this Dunkin' Donuts, it's a little small thing, but it's a big thing because you know what? That enhances the community. And they've been trying to do that for many years, according to what some of the council people were saying. So, I mean, they're going the right direction as well. And had a chance to be downtown Newcastle, actually Sunday night for the city church. They have their big block party, and they're going to be purchasing the building down there. And they're committed to try to make the community better. I had a chance to go last year, so I wanted to get back down there. Same deal, a lot of kids having a good time, a lot of community organizations with booths set up. And one last thing, they had a back to school at the Gaston Park on Saturday. I stopped out at, and that would be the cultural committee in the city of Newcastle. So we have a lot of good people that volunteer their times out in our community, whether it's in Elwood City or Newcastle or Wilmington. It's base out there, and it's good to see when they do these things, especially for kids. And when I say kids, between the Lawrence County Fair and everything I spoke of, the kids had a good time last week. So pretty much all I have, but I look forward to another busy week.
Thank you very much, Chris. Commissioner Kennedy.
I got out, I was down at Wander Railway with also Chris, and it is, that place is amazing. The amount of people that get out. They got a car show coming up here the end of September. That place will be packed. So hopefully the weather will be nice. I did spend some time at the fair this week. I was out there Saturday morning with the kids selling their animals. That's an amazing thing, how many people show up and support that fair. The directors were telling me a couple of things while I was out there. They were expecting 30,000 people. And I don't think Saturday the rain held off. And Joe was there also, Joe and Christine. But it was busy. But the one thing they wanted to stress to me, and like you guys know, the Sheriff's Department and also the District Attorney's Office helped them with some security out there this year. And they were very thankful for both of them. I wanted to make sure we all knew that thank you for the Sheriff's Department and Josh and his department over there at the District Attorney. They helped them out where they couldn't get enough security before. So we helped them out in one way, but 30,000 people at that place, they had them packed in there. When I was leaving Saturday night and going along Fairground Road there, that whole parking lot was filled and it was raining and it didn't matter. As I tell my wife, them crazy rednecks and their demolition derby, they love that stuff and they pack them in there. So gotta love them. So that's about all I got this week. Okay. Who knows what this week will bring for us this weekend. We'll be out.
Thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate it. Under new business, we have some resolutions to consider. The first two come from Lawrence County Social Services. Kathy Bresnar is with us. Good morning, Kathy. If you'd like to have a seat, thank you for being here. Ryan or Vanessa, what are the numbers of these first two?
235 and 236.
235 and 236. Okay, thank you. The first proposed resolution is for us to enter into an agreement with the county to enter into an agreement with Lawrence County Social Services for the Human Services Development Fund. And Kathy, can you explain a little bit about it, please?
Sure. Those funds come through the Human Services Block Grant that comes through the county. This contract's just allowing us to be the administrator of it. That fund is pretty flexible and used in a variety of different ways. We do a small contract with Children's Advocacy Center for their Parents and Teachers program, a contract with LCARC for their group homes, and then there's some funds that we keep in-house that we do employment services, some services for the homeless, and some transportation services through ACTS as well. So a little bit of money that gets stretched a long ways to do a lot of work in the county.
Thank you for giving us that background. I'm going to see if Commissioner Kennedy has any questions. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Sanada? Okay, thank you. Gentlemen, I'm sorry.
Kathy was very good.
Oh, good. And can we do the two together as a vote? Is that okay with both of you? Okay, thank you. Number 236 then, Kathy, this involves the Homeless Assistance Program. Could you fill us in on this one, please?
Sure. Those also come through the Human Services Block Grant through the county. Again, asking that we be named the administrator for those funds. That provides for staffing for about a person and a half that work with people who are facing eviction or are homeless, help them either secure their housing, find new housing. And then about $35,000 of that 120 goes directly for rental assistance. So those are direct payments to landlords to stop an eviction or do a first month's rent or security deposit for someone that's experiencing homelessness.
Thank you. Commissioner Sanada, any questions for Kathy? No? Mr. Kennedy?
No.
Okay, thank you. Well, Kathy, we appreciate your being here and bringing these to our attention. We have two proposed resolutions, 235 and 236, and since they both involve the same agency, gentlemen, if you're willing to make a motion to cover both of them, I can accept that.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you both, again, for the two resolutions that we've just talked about. If there are no other concerns, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thanks, Vanessa. Kathy, it's great to see you as always. You're
Thank you.
always welcome to stay, but I'm sure you got a lot to do. So if you have to move along, we understand.
Thank you so much.
You have a great day. Our Director of Domestic Relations, Mary Kelly, is with us. And Mary, it's good to have you as always. And you're here to talk about proposed resolution 237, which is a maintenance agreement to cover the fire alarm system over at the Domestic Relations Office with Johnson Controls. Can you give us some of the details, please?
Certainly, we have had this for many, many years. Also, the county also utilizes Johnson Controls. They haven't gone up in price very much at all, so I respectfully request that we sign it again this 2024.
In fact, the proposed resolution notes, as you just said, it's a one-year agreement effective September 1. And the cost would not exceed $603.42. So, Mr. Kennedy, do you have any questions for Mary?
No, it's pretty self-explanatory.
Thank you. Chris, anything for Mary? Okay. Gentlemen, could I have a motion for resolution 237?
Just real quick on the resolution, I'm sorry, Commissioner.
Oh, I'm sorry,
On the
Joe.
bottom of the resolution where it says approve the date, are you okay with us changing that to August to today's date? Right now, it reads a blank spot and then day of September 2024.
Yes,
It would be August 20th, is the day of approval. I know it doesn't start until September 1st.
yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I wanted to get in
Yes.
advance.
Yeah, that's.
Better early than late.
Yes,
So, no, that's fine, and thanks for catching that. No, and I'm sorry, I wasn't focused, and I appreciate your getting my attention. Any other concerns on number 237? We do have a motion and a second. If there are no other questions, we can do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Anything? You're okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I
Okay.
just thought, did we make that motion?
I thought, did we get a motion?
Yeah.
We did, okay.
Yeah.
My mind.
I was making it.
I'm getting old.
Okay. We're good.
That happens to me sometimes. Sometimes I can't remember if we've made them or not. Well, Mary, it's approved. We're always happy to see you here. If you have to head back, we understand, but you're welcome to stick around if you'd
thank you,
like.
sir. I'll see you next month as well.
Oh, good.
Have
Okay.
a good day.
Take care, Mary.
Take care, Mary.
The next three resolutions, starting with 238, are Children and Youth Services. And gentlemen, Mike Grippo is with us. Can we hear from him about all three of them and then maybe take them as one motion, if that's okay with you?
I'm fine.
Okay, thank you. Mike, great to have you here. Your first resolution, number 238, and you've given us your supporting documentation, which is always very helpful. This is with Belmont Harrison Juvenile District in St. Clairsville, Ohio. Can you fill us in on this one, please?
Yeah, this is a JPO contract. Their rate's the same as last year, been the same rate, but JPO uses this specifically as a secure detention group home. Now, 2 and 3 are reversed on my sheet there.
Oh,
Actually, Family Pathways is next on my
okay.
sheet there, just to let you know.
Okay, we'll, that's fine, because, yeah, we're gonna do Family Pathways as 239. Before we get to that one, let me just stop and see if, Chris, any questions or concerns about number 238?
No.
Okay, Dan? Okay, thank you. So we'll go to Family Pathways over in Butler County. This is proposed resolution 239.
Yeah, it's a renewal. All these are renewals. This is a foster care. It ranges from $29.70 to $96.20 a day, depending on what unit they're in. Now, a couple of years ago, we've had 13. Last year, we had 2 CYS, we have 7, and currently we have 2 children now, the foster care. But their rates have not gone up from last year. So their basic foster care rates, 0%.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah.
Chris, any questions for Mike on this one? No? Dan, anything?
No.
Okay, thank you. And then the final one that Mike has for us is proposed resolution 240, which is George Junior Republic of Grove City based in Mercer County. Mike, can you fill us in on this one, please?
Yeah, it's a renewal. Obviously, it's a group home. The rate ranges from 82.94 to 501, depending on where they're placed. It's one of the, right, currently, we don't have any 1 to 2 CYS, JPO is 2. I think they have some problem, getting the labor. A lot of part of their facilities go down, so we haven't really used them. If you noticed, we used them one back in 22, 23, JPO 0, 23, 24, we had one JPO 2, but now JPO just has 2 right now. And their rate increased to 7%. And that was that was 7%, 2 of them was the JPO, from JPO. We don't have any there currently now.
Okay, well, thank you, Mike. Dan, any thoughts or concerns?
No.
Okay, Chris? All righty. Well, Mr. Grippo has brought before us resolutions 238, 239, and 240. Would one of you be willing to make a motion to approve all 3 of these?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second. I thank you both, gentlemen. And if there are no other questions for Mike, we can have a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata,
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy,
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Mike, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Will we see you next week? Maybe?
So far I have one, and John's gonna do that one.
Okay,
But if we have more, yeah, I'll
That's fine.
probably be here.
you're always welcome.
You're weekly.
Yeah, you're one of our regulars. Well, you take care, Mike.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks. Hopefully, if you, by September, hopefully I'm done.
That's fine.
Or,
We won't see you for another year?
well, I won't say that.
Have a good one.
All right.
Next on our agenda would be proposed resolution 241. It is a transfer resolution whereby our 2 new folks in our human resources office have signed up for some very extensive training on a platform that's utilized also by the controller's office. You use it, I believe.
I do.
And, but the training had not been budgeted for, or the travel that may go along with it. So this transfer would come out of the commissioner's contingency in the amount of $11,500 towards human resources, travel and training line item. Joe, have I overlooked anything on this?
No, this is gonna open up the munis system to allow for everything to be coordinated between the commissioner's office, the controller's office, and HR for new employees, their benefit packages, so.
Appreciate that, Joe. Dan, do you have any concerns?
No, the main thing I gotta say is I've been taking time talking to these 2, our new HR director and Richard Tight. Deputy. And it's been a month already. It's hard to believe them 2 have been in there already. A month went by quick. They are taking this to what I was hoping to, the next level. And we would get rid of using trees all the day long and one more to computer-based system. And this will help them get even closer to what we need to do. So I appreciate the work them 2 have done, Mike and Christine. And the nice thing is our transaction with Ryan, it's been really a great transaction. We really don't, all 3 of us, 4 of us don't miss a thing out there. So it's been, thank you to you 2 sitting here, and I thank them every day over there. So that's my comment. So everybody gets some training.
Thank you, Dan. Commissioner Sanada?
I'll just echo Commissioner Kennedy's comments. I think it's running very smoothly over there, and this was talked about a while back, transitioning into this technology, which is going to actually save time and money in the future. So I know it's something that Commissioner Kennedy's talked about when he first got elected, when we met with them about transitioning. Just glad to see that it's happening, and it's going to save a lot of time and effort in the future. So thank everyone who's actually put in time in this, and Controller Best Alliance staff as well. So I think it's something that's going to be good for the county.
Thank you again for your comments as well. That being said, gentlemen, could I have a motion for proposed resolution 241?
I'll move we accept resolution 241.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dan. If there are no other comments, we could take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. The jail has submitted the following transfer request, all from within their budget. They're asking for a $3,000 transfer from their grocery line item into that of travel and training. Also from the grocery line item, $1,000 into equipment lease and rental. And then finally, from the medical expense line item into that of maintenance and repairs, a $25,000 transfer is being requested. The total amount of the transfer is $29,000. May I have a motion for this request, please?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Chris, any concerns? Dan? Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. And then the final two transfer requests we have are, the first is from within the commissioner's budget, asking for a $3,000 transfer from commissioner's contingency into that of general administration. And this is to cover some invoices that have come in from Taylor Engineering. I guess my question is, and I'm hoping somebody can answer it. I'm assuming these are not liquid fuel related expenses. I know Taylor does other things for us.
They are
So
not.
they are not liquid
They
fuel
are
related.
not.
Okay, that's all I needed to know. Mr. Kennedy, do you have any questions about this first one?
No.
Okay, thank you. Chris?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just for your information, when they are liquid fuels, they're marked on the invoices. The bill has started to separate them.
Okay.
So we use a separate account for liquid.
Oh, good. That's good to know.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to lose sight of the fact that Taylor does many things for us related to liquid fuels, but they do other things that are non-liquid fuel related. So thank you for that. And then the second transfer that's being requested comes from our Veterans Affairs Office. They're asking for a $350 transfer. This is from within their budget, taking it from their other services line item into that of internet and telephone services. Gentlemen, those are the two that we have. On this last one, any concerns from the veterans on that request? Okay, then may I please have a motion for the last two transfer requests that we've just entered into the record?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you both. If there are no other comments, we'll take a roll call, please.
Commissioner Sinata?
Yes.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Mhm.
Some announcements that we'll put onto the record. The commissioners will convene a week from today, August 27th at 10 a.m. in this room, open to the public.
The next announcement down there is not.
That's what I thought I saw on the
It's
door.
canceled.
So on the agenda, it notes that the opioid advisory board was going to meet today at 12 noon. That meeting's been canceled.
Yeah, we're gonna have an executive session.
Oh, okay. So that board will be meeting in executive session. And then tomorrow, August 21 at 12 noon, the county prison board, which is a 7-member board, we're part of that board, that they will hold their monthly meeting in this room, open to the public. And then it's not on the printed agenda, but once again, just to reiterate that on Thursday, August 22 at 1 p.m., the Board of Elections, which is comprised of the three of us, will be holding a special meeting, public meeting. It's in this room, and the legal ad should be in tomorrow's paper, I believe. Those are the announcements. For public comment, I'll note that the room at this time is empty. So I'll take it then to see what final comments my colleagues might have. Commissioner Kennedy, any closing comments?
I'm just looking at a text here from Debbie Watch. Please let Dan know I'm watching online. I'm still at work. It's still COVID positive.
Oh, my.
I knew she had COVID.
Oh.
Nick will pick up the packet later today. Debbie, get better. That's all I can say.
Boy, yeah, no,
We
Debbie,
miss you.
yeah, so sorry to hear that. And Debbie, if you're still watching, we'll have in the packet that Nick's gonna pick up, we'll have the sheet about the Slippery Rock Church down in Wayne Township. There's a lot of details in here in case you folks might be willing to write an article about it if you so choose. So that'll be part of the packet. So Dan, thanks for passing that along. And Debbie, we wish you a very quick and thorough recovery. Sorry to hear about that. Dan, anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, thank you. Chris?
No, like I said, Debbie, wish you well. I know when you're not here, there's usually a major reason because you're here every week. So I wish you for a full recovery and hopefully you're negative next Tuesday.
That's for sure. And Debbie, if I'm not mistaken, and I think one of you may have brought it down, we have your packet from last week's meeting as well as the quarterly document that was given to us by Marquette Associates, Sarah Wilson, who met with us in public last week as the board, as the retirement board. So when Nick comes to pick his documents up, it's gonna be pretty thick.
We also have the election board packet from August 8th.
Oh, okay, so yeah, Vanessa said there'll also be a packet from the August 8th meeting of the Board of Elections. So a lot of material to sift through. But, again, Debbie, we wish you well. So gentlemen, you've made your closing comments. I have no closing comments, but let me just ask Ryan and Vanessa and Joe if anything you folks have or that we've forgotten.
No.
Okay, well, thank you all. We appreciate everybody's attendance today. There being no other business to be brought before the board, could I please have an adjournment motion?
I'll make that.
I'll second.
Thank you both, gentlemen. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same sign. The motion carries. The meeting is adjourned. Have a good day, everybody.